Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now before we start, I don't want any comments referring to how Greasy Graham may look a little bit like me, because obviously that's not true. I mean, come on guys. But yeah, this is Greasy Graham, and if any host that we came across during the making of this video is watching now, I can only apologise. This build is a bit of a menace. Now, I know Greasy Graham has got some lovely looks going on. He's a bit of a handsome boy, but in the Invasions, I'm not going to be wearing, you know, a bare head like this. I'm going to be wearing a helmet, and that's because on this build, I'm trying to get as much extra arcane as possible. So I'm wearing Theolia's mask and Theolia's guard, if that's even how you pronounce his name. Theolia's mask and guard. They give me like an extra 10 arcane, I think, between them, or 5 or 10, like a decent amount between them anyway. As well as that, I'm wearing the Marika's Saw Seal. That's going to give me another extra 5 arcane, so I've already got a nice little boost to my arcane. The level this build is invading at is level 80. Altogether I'm rocking 49 arcane, and that's because I wanted to use the Dragon Claw. But as well as that, I wanted to use Bale's Tyranny. I know guys, it's disgusting. Now because of that high arcane, I thought why not use the Ripple Crescent Halberd. And as well as that, let's throw the Flowerstone Gavel in the offhand. So Greasy Graham makes use of all of the greases which go hand in hand with this weapon. We've got Blood Grease, Sleep Grease, Poison Grease. We've got a lovely couple of incantations. I've got Endure on my dagger, and then I've got a couple of really nice weapons that work well with the high arcane scaling. It's a strong build guys, it's a strong build. But yeah, let's get back into the Invasions. So the Greasy boy is back. Greasy Graham has made his glorious return. Mind you, he has lost a bit of weight. If you remember this guy from my Xbox days, he used to be a lot tubbier than he is. He's been on a bit of a diet. But yeah, Greasy Graham keeps his name because he just loves using all those greases. Now if you do remember me playing this guy when I was on the Xbox, he was originally a level 200 build. Now, I'm not daft guys, I know that at level 80 on Seamless, the people we're fighting here, maybe this build is a little bit much for a lot of the people we came against. It's a very strong build to be using this at level 80. I'm not under any illusions, this build is a little bit rank. But I tried it up at high levels. I did make it initially at about level 160 earlier today. I tried it and I just didn't enjoy it the same at the high levels. I didn't enjoy the fights, the ganks, everyone was doing a lot of damage. It didn't feel the same as it used to. For whatever reason, it just weren't the build that I wanted to take into high level Invasion. So I thought rather than just ditch Greasy Graham, I didn't want to just abandon him. I did want to bring him into Seamless, so I thought let's try and make him at a lower level. So I've managed to make it at level 80, and yeah, it's very strong guys, it is very strong. But don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be using this build every day. It's not that fun to just run through people, but I've used it for a day and I thought I'd make a video and show you guys how it's gone. I'm going to use it, do a few invasions, make the video, and then I'll be moving swiftly on, making a build that's maybe a little bit more subtle than this. And yeah, you know, I'm not going to be using this build every day because, yeah, as you can see from that invasion just now, it's a little bit crazy. However strong this build may be, you do still run into people who can give you a really good fight. The last invasion, the one-on-one you just watched, was a really good duel against the wizard, and then these two put up a really good fight as well. They're both light rolling, which makes things really difficult. One of them spamming the moon veil, covering each other really well. So yeah, you know, it's not like this build is just all empowering and he's just going to run through everyone. If you come against players who know what they're doing, are working well together, they're obviously still going to, you know, put up a good fight for me, give me a good invasion. And I did lose a few invasions today. It weren't a win every single time. But yeah, some people give up more of a fight than others, let's just say that. So Greasy Graham, guys, he's lost weight. He used to be a big old fat boy. He used to get bullied a lot in school and everyone used to call him Greasy Graham because he sweat a lot. He had some bad hygiene. He used to sweat a lot and he absolutely stank. One day, when he got to about university, the bullying was still going on. Everyone kept calling him Greasy Graham, and he discovered that his grease actually has special properties, guys. It has some funky old things that his grease can do, and he actually wiped a bit of his hand all up on his sweaty chest and under his pits, and he was like, "This smells a little bit weird. I'm gonna rub this grease onto my old sword here." And he put his own grease from his own body onto his big old halberd. And he realised that it can do all these crazy tricks like putting people to sleep and inflicting them with poison and blood loss and all this. So he realised that being greasy maybe ain't too bad after all. So he embraced the name. He embraced the name of Greasy Graham, and he made it a name to be feared throughout the lands between. Don't ever put this guy down for being greasy again, because he's just going to wipe his grease all over your face and you're going to have a really bad time. But since then he has been on a bit of a diet. Like I say, he's lost weight. He used to be a big old fat boy, but now he's a little skinny boy. But he's still got the hygiene problem. He's still got all the greases that he can use. So he's not lost his power. He's just upped his cardio a little bit. He can just run a bit further. He can just breathe a little bit easier. Sleeps better at night. You know what I mean? Good for his health, guys. It's just good for his health. So guys, last couple of invasions now, been a bit of a mixed bag this video. Some people gave up, some people had zero health, zero vigour levels, some people give us a good fight, but overall it was really fun. Greasy Graham, really fun build. I will rotate back to him at some point, but like I said, you know, I'm going to move swiftly on and I'm going to make a build to try out next, which is maybe a little bit more subtle, not as all out damaging as this one. let's keep things interesting. I'll probably make that tomorrow and then start Invasions on a new build for a new video. But anyway, I'll let this play out now, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching. Look after yourselves, look after each other, take it easy, and I'll see you all on the next one.